All right, welcome back everybody, and I hope you are ready for this run of new Super Luigi U run by MrCab55. But before we kick this off, I just need to read out this donation. We've got a $20 donation from KLM1187 saying, "Good luck, Mr. Cab." And hey, Mr. Cab, what happens when it rains cats and dogs?
I don't know, KLM. What happens when it rains cats and dogs?
Well, it says you have to be careful not to step in a poodle.
Ooh. Ooh, I like it.
And on that note, I will leave it up to you.
Okay, I'm going to just click this button really quick here. Hoping that I shared the right window with you. I think I did. Good.
Yep,
so, hi,
good.
everybody. Gotta get the jokes emailed there, too. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to this great video game. We call it New Super Luigi U. I'm actually playing a game on the Wii U in 2021. Can you believe it? This is the 2D platformer game. It was actually originally DLC for New Super Mario U. But that game has levels that are really long, and I think I've only gone through it once or twice. The gimmick with this game is you have 100 seconds on the clock in-game to beat every level, but those seconds actually last for a long time. They're actually close to real seconds. We're going to go through the any % route. We're going to have fun with Luigi physics. And, yeah, we'll just have a good time. Maybe we'll even see an old friend. So with that, how are we doing this? Am I just going to count everybody down?
Yep, that's usually the plan.
Okay, so time actually begins at first movement on the map. So I'm just going to get us onto the map, and we'll count down from there. This game, you know, like a lot of newer games and some old ones, there is a long intro sequence, and nobody wants to see that when you reset every 5 minutes. So game timing's just going to start from here. So I'll count us down from 5.
Perfect.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is New Super Luigi U any %. And naturally, we're playing as our boy Luigi here. He jumps high. He's got our usual Luigi physics, jumping high, skidding on the ground too much. And much like every other new Mario game out there, we have a new power-up to mess around with. In this game, it is the squirrel suit. You can already kind of see this gliding action. We've got a little bit of a sort of cape pump thing going on here, where you can kind of swoop high into the air, but when you do that, you lose pretty much all of your horizontal momentum. Maybe not all of it, but a whole lot of it. If all goes well, I will never lose this squirrel suit. I just doomed the run by talking. So a lot of this game, as you can probably guess, mostly just hold right, run for it, and use the squirrel suit judiciously to move forward. I said hold right even though I just went left, but you know how it is. We do have a little bit of a spin jump thing going on here. We can use that to, whoa. That block only has a star if I'm still invincible. Spin jump gets a little extra height, and it's kind of nice. Especially when we got to go over here. Here's a secret exit that is just really annoying. It's one of 2 secret exits. Actually, one of 3 that we're going to be taking through this run. I'm going to stop talking because I think it's actually 4 secret exits. You know it's a secret exit because he says, "Whoa, secret," or "Not this way." Secret. There you go. So the overworld between this game and Mario U is actually the same. The levels are kind of themed in the same way once you're inside them. So like in Mario U, you're going to get a Piranha Plant underground level in 1-2. Luigi U, we get that level. It's kind of shorter. After that level, we get this nice little insight into what Bowser's up to at Peach's Castle. He likes darker flags compared to white flags, I guess. He's doing a little redecorating. This game, rather than warp zones, gives us these sort of alternate paths, which then have a sort of secret level that goes with a theme of that in-between world level and what happened to Luigi. So if you're playing this game, by the way, on the Switch version, the Switch re-release, you can do this as well. On the Wii U version, you have to hold LZ, so the back L button, to play the game as Nabbit. Nabbit is a character that's sort of in this game. He's usually somebody you're supposed to like chase after. and you can get rewarded with what amounts to a P-Wing, one of the P acorns, if you catch him. But you can also play as Nabbit. When you do that, you kind of have this character that can just run around and not get hit. He gets bumped back by a few things, but more often than not, you're just able to run right through enemies, which is going to be really useful in the next stage. If I was playing this game in the straight-up sort of Luigi-only category, I'd have to be very careful of a lot of piranha plants, some really precise jumps, or I could completely ignore that precise with Nabbit. Which makes the only drawback of this just how long it takes to draw the path to the next area, but we skipped a whole lot of the game. So on to World 5. But first, we have to remember the Miiverse. I'm not sure why they never patched this out, but just don't actually try and connect to the Miiverse after November of 2017. You'll get like a minute delay, and you're just kind of stuck there waiting to find out that the Miiverse doesn't exist anymore, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to ruin everybody's day by not connecting to the Miiverse. I'm not sure who else actually posted stuff to the Miiverse. I think it was mostly a Mario Maker thing for me. But anyway, we skipped the desert world, the water world, the ice world. We're here in the jungle world. Game gets a little trickier from here. And at the last moment I remembered I need to play as Nabbit. So this is kind of the giant enemies world. You see all these piranha plants. I do have to be a little careful to not fall into the purple gunk with Nabbit. Losing a life here, which you can still do by falling in a pit. Luigi will lose his power-up in the Wii U version, which is really bad for, you know, being able to do tricks later and keep that squirrel suit. And if you are playing the deluxe version of this on the Switch, just one more note here. Nabbit does swim really fast in that water level we just went through, so it's helpful for that. Otherwise, you can just kind of switch characters around, playing as a Toadette or one of the Toads. You can kind of sneak some backup power-up as a backup strategy in a race. We're going to keep talking about that while Toad just tells us that Nabbit stole all of his double favorite stuff. And that's sort of the mechanic I was talking about a little earlier. If I go back to 1-1, I can catch Nabbit, get a P-Wing. See? Double favorite stuff. We don't use that mechanic in any percent. We don't use it in all castles. It's been a very long time since I've looked into the 100% category of this game, but I know at least way back when getting P acorns was part of that, because there are some sort of auto-scroller air levels where it's really nice to be able to fly. Cool. So between these two levels, 5-2 and 5-3, this one is slightly faster, especially if you're playing as Nabbit. The other one is super safe and very easy to play as Luigi. Also has a backup acorn in it if you need one. But we're actually kind of going into what, for my money, is one of the sort of signature levels of this run. 5 Tower, sort of the fortress. You can see Boom Boom is waiting for us here. This is where some squirrel mechanics come into play, and I guess this is serious time? Is that still a thing? Don't lose Cape, he said, because it actually helps him time this. Oh my god, we're 2 for 2 today. You know how many tournament races I played for this game, like, not that long ago, and could not get that jump for the life of me? So, we just skipped a block snake. If you're familiar with Super Mario World and Roy's Castle, or even Larry's Castle from that game. This level had the same thing. You probably saw it briefly at the beginning. And this saves, I want to say, 40 seconds. If you can get up there. There's a slightly faster version of it, just known as left side, which, go figure, goes up the left side instead of the right side. Boom Boom, like pretty much every game he's in, is a pushover. I feel kind of bad for Boom Boom, to be perfectly honest. It just kind of hops up and he gets stomped a lot. But it was a nice fight.
speaking of stomping, I just want to say that we're just a few dollars away from stomping down our first $100 earned towards Game Over Cancer. A little reminder that for a $5 donation, that gets you your name into a prize pool to win some beautiful burlers. And for a $10 donation, gets you in a pool to win a Game Over Cancer tumbler and t-shirt.
Tumblers and t-shirts.
Oh my.
You gotta hold this donation pool open for me after the run. I've got to get in on this. Who am I playing as in this level? I'm playing as Nabbit.
I think I can manage to convince people to keep the donations open.
All right. So there are strats for this game and this level, especially with Luigi. It should be noted that actually in the Switch version, if you're playing on the deluxe copy of this game again, because it does take some time to switch between characters, whereas in this game I can just kind of hold LZ and instantaneously do it. They actually do go through this level with Luigi as part of the run. So there's some fancy duck jumps to get through all the enemies, and that's very nice. It's also worth noting I have 77 seconds left on the clock here. If I was playing as Luigi, I'd be getting a nice 11-second long cutscene here with an item, but Toad doesn't want to give items to Nabbit for some reason. So we can get away with exiting a level on a multiple of 11 seconds and not getting those famous Super Mario fireworks. Red Luigi games are weird like that. I don't know. But we've got a nice long auto-scroller full of coins here, so feel free to just talk about whatever while we deal with Parabeetles. There is no bonus to getting all these blue coins. In fact, it's probably risky to go for all the blue coins because it makes it that much more likely that I'm going to screw up. In fact, I just missed one. It's over. It's over. Do I owe the marathon anything for missing blue coins?
I mean, I'm sure we can come up with a plan if you'd like, but I think $1 a coin might be a little steep.
How many? Did I miss like 100 already? That would be unfortunate if it was actually that many.
I haven't been counting, so you're safe.
You might also notice there's that little 2D Luigi in the background, and this game I'm pretty sure, along with Super Mario 3D World, has a 2D Luigi hidden in every level. Or maybe not necessarily a 2D Luigi, like there's just a Luigi. I'm glad I didn't agree to anything expensive because I just missed a ton of coins.
Made it.
I now owe the marathon its entire donation goal.
But what we can agree on is that the Phantomire donated $10 saying, "Let's go, Mr. Cab. Kick Luigi, you, and Cancer's respective butts."
I will do my best to kick Luigi's U's. Yeah, to kick the Luigi U's butt. I'm going to say it. So that secret exit from the ghost house through that kind of transitionary cloud level brings us here to the, I guess it's meringue clouds. Yes, this is a level you can play as Nabbit if you're crazy. This is going to be one of those true tests of should I have practiced more than I did, and kind of have to remember how the path through this level. As you can kind of see, there's just this path through a bunch of ice bros hitting fuzzies, and that's my path through the level. There's an actual ice flower, or it's actually a penguin suit in this level, power-up at the beginning. So the player can kind of go a little quickly by using that. The way I went through it's actually not the fastest way. I think it's probably 1 or 2 seconds of safety near the end there to just kind of make sure I got a ice block that I could jump over the last ice hammer bro. Is that even a word, ice hammer bro? I guess it is now. So this is 7-2. I think this was 7-2, not 7-3. Either way, it's the last sort of free level in the run. If you need a backup acorn, those red coins are probably the last place you can really reliably get one. And you, as I've been saying, you definitely want to have a squirrel suit for the rest of this run. Especially because this next stage, you see Magic Koopa, you see Kamek up there. He likes to fly around. So go figure, being able to get into the air is a good thing for that fight. Of course, I have to get through the rest of the stage with the squirrel suit on first. Fire Bros have this great problem in this game where if you are about to stomp one and it's trying to throw a fireball and it's right over its head, you will stomp the fireball and lose your power-up. So to that end, there's a little bit of how do you just avoid the Fire Bros entirely here. It's not like that risky to try and stomp them and get them out of the way, but it's that like 1% chance that you'll stomp a fireball. It's like, no, just avoid them entirely. I'll also throw out there, pretty much every boss door in this game has a power-up hidden against the wall behind it. So if you ever need one, go for it. But squirrel suit is what we want. So our Magic Koopa fight here, it's exactly what you see. A bunch of blocks, he teleports around. And RNG. The first reappearance is complete RNG. The second one is always in the middle of the screen there. So obviously what I did was fast. That's what you want to see in this fight. You want to be able to stomp him. I'm surprised I did not have to sort of pump back into the air at all. So easy fight. Let's go. Bowser's still doing some redecorating. We have to check in with him every now and again. Because it's in his contract for this game. We have to see the redecoration job. Now we've got a nice, easy ghost house here. Let's show up some fireworks. We're doing good so far. This stage, you can do it with Nabbit as well. But yeah, it's really simple to just kind of float down here. It's easy to miss that door if you don't know it's there. There's Luigi outside his ghost house mansion. And we should be getting here at 88.
All right, we got a $1 donation from Tempest Mask 1000 saying, "Let's go GOC. Not only will I be supporting from the sidelines, but I'll attempt to learn one of the marathon's runs before we get to it. Consider it a personal challenge. Other than that, best of luck, Cab. Also, GG with Mega Man 5 at Going Places."
Yo, thanks, Tempest. So the item Toad gives you on your multiple of 11 seconds is dependent on which multiple of 11 you get. It's actually a pretty nice safety from earlier in the game. If in 1-1, it's very easy to get 77 seconds, and you will get a backup acorn. Always useful in your marathon runs and other races. That was an 80. Got a star. Maybe we'll find a use for the star. Probably not, though. But we have it now. So this is Ludwig's castle. We've got these weird sliding blocks to deal with here. Just want to get ahead here. The true strat for this stage is to get all the way to the right and kind of hide under the bottom of the screen. We're not going to go for that because we will gladly sacrifice 5 seconds to not deal with losing Squirrel Suit there. So yeah, these are the fast enough strats for sure. I want to say somebody might have gotten the record for this game under 26 minutes, not in the recent past. My PB is like a high 26, almost 27. So here's Ludwig. He jumps into the air, creates 3 duplicates of himself if you give him the chance. And from here, it's a Mario boss. Just these last few bosses in this game really are if you don't have Squirrel, you are really in for at least a long time just standing around and waiting to be able to get your hits in. Magic Koopa, you're just kind of, you have to sit through the whole cycle, do the block game 3 times. This fight, Ludwig jumps up, there's 2 doubles. One of them is real, and you have to, of course, the real one falls down last. But that's that. That's the last Koopaling. We got past the last Koopaling. Wasn't that fun? It's over.
Ho-ho!
So with that, we can definitely go to Peach's, now Bowser's Castle. There's this weird Trivia Pursuit pie here for no reason. No reason at all. Definitely not the giant airship from the beginning of the game's intro sequence that we didn't see because we skipped it. It's got this giant mechanical arm that likes to punch down through platforms. And hopefully we won't deal with it. This is an auto-scroller in the sense that this platform very slowly goes underneath the level. But we have a squirrel suit, so we're going to hope for the best. Uh-oh. I'm at least good enough now to like recognize that something bad has happened. You want to jump from the middle of that question mark block on the left, and you can kind of hop along all of the parachuted enemies. Oh. Well, that's not that bad. I obviously wanted that squirrel suit, so... We're just gonna chill over here. Well, we lost however much time that was. No big deal. That just kind of goes back to this game when you are playing it kind of at the high levels you do get to. Boy, I hope I don't screw this level up with the auto-scroller. Or just don't lose that squirrel suit ever. Fortunately, we've got this right here. Always know where your backups are. Which is nice because Bowser Jr. in the clown car here wants to make us wait until he punches the ground. Or we could just do this. This is actually a lot harder than it looks, which is weird to say because that looks incredibly free. Oh, and I didn't get as far over to the left. This is one of those stupid time savers where the platform's going to fall away from the left side. So the further to the left you are, the faster you fall down. But now Bowser Jr.'s hitbox is weirdly small. It's very easy to hit the top of the clown car and not hit Bowser Jr. If Bowser Jr. is tossing his bombs out at pretty much the right time as you're stomping Bowser Jr., you'll get hit by everything. Sorry about that. And then you lose your squirrel suit, and then you're sad. So, weird fight. And as a reminder, never punch your own airship with your giant mechanical fist. It won't end well. And I don't think insurance covers that. Go ahead.
I said I'll have to keep that in mind whenever I get my own airship.
Yeah, it's not something you usually have to think about, but it's always the things that don't happen often that you have to remember the most. Not like this. So now we get to go to a scenic Peach's Castle. It's a beautiful place. I want to know who Bowser has as his decorator. Like, who manages this stuff? We see it in Mario 3 in the Sky Fort, where there's the lava on the ceiling. We've seen it in other random places. Like, I don't know how he gets these decoration jobs done so fast. It's actually quite impressive. So 8-1 is going to be our last Nabbit level, probably. We hope. There's some RNG fireballs coming down from the sky here that aren't overly worrisome. But when we're going for the secret exit here in just a moment, it's very easy for a fireball to just kind of come down. See, like I just bumped into 2 of them there. If I'm not playing as Nabbit, if I'm playing as Luigi, what's probably going to happen is just waiting for some of those fireballs to come through. After 4 or 5 come down, there's a gap of about 2 seconds where you can get through and there's no new fireballs. That's your opening to safely get through. Of course, if you want to go fast, you're going for it and hoping for the best 23 minutes into your run. I think actually in New Mario Bros. U, it's faster to take the normal exit through 8-1, which is kind of weird. But we're going to go to 8-4 over here. Nice vertical level, and we will just go the complete wrong way. That's fine. You ever just like completely brain fart at the beginning of a level and just completely forget how to get through it properly? It's not that big a deal again because we're still going to get through here. It's just those fireballs that become a problem. We still don't want to lose the squirrel suit, so it's just being careful. There is, again, like a known pattern, like that fireball that I had to kind of not jump up as fast to get past once I got back on track. I knew that one was coming. And never lose your squirrel suit in a tournament race to that fireball. You'll remember it for a long time. I'm not speaking from experience. So this level is actually a tilt controls level. Or if you're holding ZR, you can move these sort of weighted platforms to the right here. And the whole gimmick is that if a bomb lands on it, now there's 2 things on the platform, and that's too much weight, so the platform just stops working. This is, again, kind of the slow and safe way through. Just pop over that platform rather than otherwise going under it. Free one up there. Why not? And that level, Nabbit can actually get shocked by the electric currents too, which makes it a little extra dangerous even for Nabbit. You gotta manage the bombs, toss them off. It's really annoying. And again, Squirrel Suit just dominates this game. What can we say? Any percent, you never don't want to have a Squirrel Suit on, except for the very beginning of the game. Other categories, I think there's some other items that are worth it. There's a couple of places a penguin suit is useful, but yeah, squirrel. So this last stage, got Bowser Jr. a little bit more here. I'm hoping that he doesn't cause us too much trouble. I bounced off the top instead of catching the side. You can kind of... So, what are you doing right in front of the door? You see, I kind of got caught by Bowser Jr. on the side. There's 2 power-ups in this room, by the way. And had Bowser Jr. push me forward, just gaining little bits of time there. Fireball pattern's always the same. I know there's a fast strat for this room. I think it involves gliding over things. Shoutouts to the tournament race where like everybody hit every fireball. It was actually great. Here's Bowser. Bowser has patched the yump. We actually can't do it. It's the most infuriating thing about this game. We can't yump. Luigi is a winner. Shout out to that Bowser statue. I guess that's supposed to be flames that he's standing in. But I kind of like the pattern in the new Mario Brothers games that Bowser always stands on the bridge with the axe, and there's a phase 2. Spoilers. The boss fights between this game and Mario U are also the exact same, so if you know that strat, you know this strat. Although... I shouldn't talk too much, because I don't actually know all of the strats for Mario U, and by all the strats, I mean any of the strats. Mario's got the day off. Luigi's doing all the dirty work today. We're going to see if I remember how to do the fireball skip here. The answer is probably no. But you can kind of get Bowser's attack sequence to move forward here if you do it right. Yeah, there we go. We skipped the second fireball that Bowser was going to spit out. Now let's see if we can avoid all damage here. 1, 3. Cool. By maneuvering properly here and just kind of knowing Bowser's patterns, we can stay in the clown car and not have to worry about... Well, maybe we can't do it today. Well, it happens. I'm flying way too randomly, I guess. And that's fine. You do have to kind of time about 5 or 6 seconds wiggles on top of Bowser's head before he jumps, which is useful to not get hit. What are these fireballs doing? Time is on the last hit that's coming up, by the way. No way we're going to get over to that. Come on. There's time. Sorry we extended the Bowser fight too long.
Well, a GG to you, Mr. Cab.
Did I do it? I am underestimate. I said this would take me a half hour. This is 29 and a half minutes. We did it.
Right, exactly. Plenty of time.
We did it. So that was my practice run for the marathon tomorrow night, and I'd like to thank Carter Freak for pinging me in Discord to tell me that my run was, in fact, right now and not tomorrow night. That is a true statement, by the way. So,
I did notice that in the chat, yes.
Whoops. But, nope, if you know your speed game, you know your speed game. So thanks for having me on, everybody. This is New Super Luigi U on the Wii U. If you play the Switch version, it's just fine. In fact, a lot of the tournaments and competitive races for this game allow both versions with a slight time adjustment in your final time. Highly recommend joining in, playing this video game. It's good times. And guess we'll throw it back to Game Over Cancer. I think I have to donate $5 or $10 for a drawing of some sort of coaster or something.
That's right. If you want the if you want either some perler sets or a GOC tumbler or T-shirt, it's $5 for the perler sets and $10 for the GOC tumbler and T-shirt. So thank you, Mr. Cab, for doing this for us. It was a great run to watch, very entertaining, and honestly, it still looks good, despite being on the Wii U.
The Wii U is the more powerful console, but the Switch is definitely more fun.
But so I'm going to thank you. We're going to take a little break. We're going to get ready for a Mega Man X3 any percent Buster only run by Dragon Metal Queen.